It's finally time to start off my journey through Aerosmith's whole career, and today I'm listening to Get Your Wings for the first time. And a lot of you may be wondering, why aren't you listening to the self-titled debut? Well, I've already listened to it, but I didn't do a video on it just because I listened to it like one night, so I do have to listen to it again to fully kind of finalize my thoughts. But I'm so excited because Steven Tyler has one of the greatest rock voices ever, one of the greatest voices I've ever heard, and just the guitar, just everything about Aerosmith I absolutely love. They're already like in my top 15 favorite bands of all time, and I still need to listen to almost all of their albums. There's so much here, and one of my consistent viewers, Chris Meadows, said that this is his favorite Aerosmith album, and I'm really excited. That excites me. I've heard that, all the songs are good, but especially Seasons of Wither, I've heard that one is really great because of Steven Tyler's vocals, so I'm really excited. It says that here on Apple Music, it says that they hit their stride with their second album, Get Your Wings. I like the title. I don't know what it is, and then it kind of talks more about it and explains more about the song, so I am very excited to get into this. We have 8 tracks here: Same Old Song and Dance, Lord of the Thighs, I like that title, Spaced, Woman of the World, SOS, Too Bad, Train Kept a Rollin', Seasons of Wither, and Pandora's Box. It is 38 minutes, so I'll be back in about 38 minutes. Well, I can see why a ton of you love this because I absolutely did. I did have to kind of take a break from the album because I do have school, sadly, so I had to take, 40 minutes off, but I was mostly done the album, and then I went back and I listened to the end of the track, and that was Train Kept a Rollin', which is actually one of the best ones, but I will talk about that in a bit. But just, wow, the guitar really stood out to me here. Brad Whitford and Joe Perry. I'm not exactly sure which one's lead, which one is rhythm, but they're just amazing. They're just incredible. I think that, and of course Steven Tyler's vocals were really the standout for me here. And I think I said this before, but hey, how do you feel about the little posters? You can't really see the Soundgarden one, Blizzard of Oz, or Sgt. Pepper's, but they're just cool to have them there. And then, American Idiot, Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust, 10, my favorite album, and first Led Zeppelin album. Anyway, what I really loved is how Steven Tyler kind of built up his vocals every single time he'd sing a really powerful line, he'd be like, me, and it was just you could actually see, I bet if you're looking at the wave, the audio wave track, it'd just go up like this, and it was really amazing. This is it was really close to a perfect album. And now let's just jump into the track list here. I keep saying set list, but I mean track list. It kicks off with Same Old Song and Dance, and obviously this is one of the most famous ones from it. It was starred. It doesn't look starred here because I have downloaded it to my library, and you can always tell if it's a great album if I've done that. And it was amazing opening, really set the tone, and just as I was saying, with that kind of almost scream from Steven Tyler, he's known as the screaming demon, which makes sense here. It's really showcased here. And then Lord of the Thighs, I love that title so much. I was like, what am I getting into here? And then when I started listening to it, I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I expected it to be, and it was really great. And then we have Spaced, which was one of my favorites, probably in my top 3 of the album or something. There's 8, and every single song here, spoiler alert, was really, really great. But this one, I don't know, there was something just about the whole vibe of the song. That's a terrible way to describe it, but it's true. And then Woman of the World, I was like, okay, what is this? Because when I read the title, I thought of that John Lennon song. You know that one? Yeah, but don't worry, it is not like that song, but it's almost, I don't really know how to describe it. It's really great, and I think it's one of the big ones from this one, because when it started playing, or when I read the title, I was like, okay, I have heard that this is an Aerosmith song, so I guess I knew it before. And then SOS, Too Bad, really sticks in your head. It is the shortest track on this album, but I don't know, there's something about the repetition used that really stuck in my head. And then Train Kept a Rollin' was my probably second or third favorite here. It's another one of the really big ones. I did recognize parts of this song. I'm not sure from where, maybe it was in some movie or something like that, but there was just something about it that was just so kick-ass in a way. And of course, the title Train Kept a Rollin', and when a band uses rollin' instead of rolling, that's really cool. And it also reminded me of GNR Lives, or at least I thought it did, because, and ironically, because this has Mamakin, which was from their debut album, because you hear the sound of crowds at the end, and I thought it was half live, and I was like, oh, didn't expect that. And obviously that's what I mean when I'm comparing it to GNR Lies. But then I read up on it and it said that those were just added sounds, and I was like, okay, it sounds like all too clean to be live. And then Seasons of Wither was my favorite one from this album. This is one of my favorite Aerosmith songs I've heard so far. Again, I still have a ton to listen to, and I have like a reaction to Janie's Got a Gun. I'll link it up here. Amazing song, just incredible. And this one, yeah, this is easily one of the best. The vocals on this one are insane. And then the album ends off with the perfect closer, Pandora's Box, which I'd say is probably my second or third favorite. It's like my favorite is Seasons of Wither, and then Train Kept a Rollin' and Pandora's Box kind of switch for second and third, but I'm going to be listening to this album a bunch. Pandora's Box really, like, it was kind of a powerhouse of a song in a way. I really, really enjoyed this album. I think it's quite fantastic. It's one that I can see myself revisiting a ton. I can see why it's a lot of people's favorites. And next up is Toys in the Attic, which is probably their most iconic album, so I'm very excited for that. We got Walk This Way, Sweet Emotion, and even more there. I'm excited for that one, but this album really was great, and I know that a lot of people consider it one of their best, and I could totally see why. Obviously, it's like the album that kind of made them get their wings in a way. Like, it's just ironically titled in the way this one really pushed them up. I can see the inspirations for singers like Axl Rose or even Guns N' Roses in general, and that's what I really love about Aerosmith. But what do you think of this album? Tell me in the comments down below. What are your favorite tracks? Do you agree with me that Seasons of Wither is the best one on here? Where does this rank amongst their other albums? And thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Over and out.